Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel, and this week we are talking about everything that I am selling at the Blackpool Magic Convention 2025. Let's have a look. Welcome back everyone, thank you so much for tuning in and pressing the subscribe button, the like button, for leaving comments. I've got to say it, I'm a YouTuber. We are going to be looking at what I'm selling at Blackpool 2025. I'm very looking forward to it. So let's have a brief little look, shall we? Let's start from right to left. So let's look at the first thing. First thing is one card Monty, which I released with Alakazam. This is an excellent colour Monty routine. It's very funny. It uses a combination of a lot of the different tricks, and I've kind of combined them together because obviously there's so many colour Monty routines out there. But this trick for me is one of those tricks that can always remain in your wallet. The cards are bridge size, which means that it fits anywhere a credit card fits in. This will fit in perfectly. And not only that, but they're made out of plastic. The cards are made out of plastic, which means if you take them down the pub, the public house, and you're with your friends and they get wet from beverages on the table, you just literally wipe them off and off you go again. So they're kind of quite hard wearing in terms of water, which is great. So it's an excellent everyday carry item for me. But not only this, it gets used at every single gig I go to. There are some times where you go to a gig where people just think you're out to get them. You're out to make them look silly. You take yourself too seriously, and they just kind of feel like there's a bit of a challenge there. Grab this and perform this, and you will find that the whole mood changes. It's one of those routines where as soon as you bring it out and you're kind of telling them to watch this one, not that one, and the other one, etc., all this kind of stuff, people just realize that you're just there to have fun. It's a really nice gear change, kind of mood changer when you're performing, and I have loved it. I've been performing it for years and years, and yeah, like I say, it's great for EDC, but also great for the gigs. It's a real worker. That is one card Monty. The next thing on the next item on the list is balls of fluff. Now, this is a new thing that I'm bringing out this year to Blackpool in very limited quantity. I'm only selling this on my website, and basically what it allows you to do is you borrow someone's phone. And you take one look at that phone and you say, okay, I see that's an iPhone, what is it, 12 or 13? Okay, you've had issues charging this, haven't you? And they say, what? You say, yeah. Have you ever had fluff stuck in the iPhone charger where you then can't charge it anymore? Has that happened to you? And they say, yeah, it has actually. And you say, right, I've found a way of removing it. Watch this. There's quite a lot of fluff here, actually. There's more than I thought. Look. There we go. That's, yeah, that will charge a lot better now. Yeah, thank me later. And off you go. You give them their phone back and you've just pulled out a load of fluff from their iPhone. It's a really fun little gag, this, and once again gets carried with me everywhere. It's either in my pocket or it's kind of in my case, and you know, gets used at gigs a lot as well. If you're borrowing a phone and you're doing toxic forces and all sorts of things like that on their phone, then just pulling out a ball of fluff beforehand or after is a bit like the little hand gimmick. You know, you could do a load of really good tricks and then you do that kind of silly thing at the end where the little hand grabs a coin and makes it disappear. It has that kind of mood to it where it just, once again, just brings so much release of tension. And I have a lot of fun with this. I don't have many of them left, but that is balls of fluff. And yeah, like I say, it's just a great routine. Rod Hogg loves it and performs it all the time. So if it's good enough for him, then it's good enough for you. Let's look at the next thing. The next thing on the list is the Jameson wallet. Now, this is another Alakazam release, one of the first Alakazam releases that I did with them, and it is a lovely card to wallet. This one is sealed. Okay, a lot of the stuff that I have here are kind of like relics. You know, when I let the other stuff sell, but I want to keep a few to myself untouched, so that I can hand them down to the next generation. So yeah, anyway, but there we go. That is the James wallet. Now, What is a Jameson wallet? The Jameson wallet is a card to wallet. But not only that, not only is it card to wallet, but if you watch my lectures or you book me to lecture at your local magic club, which you should, do that. You basically will find out that the same secret method for the card to wallet is the same method that I can do a full business card peak with. It's an incredible wallet, very, very small, extremely thin, and has a zipped compartment so you can put your coins in if you've kind of got your scotch and soda coins or whatever, your hopping halves in, you don't want to accidentally spend them, put them in that wallet, you'll be fine. So card to wallet, peak, full business card peak, coin holder, switching device, and it can be used as an index in your pocket. 5 things there, and it's a really, really nice wallet. Similar kind of load to a JOL, so it's a palmed card to wallet, but really nice modern take on the card to wallet plot. I do have a couple in black and a few in brown, so you can grab that from me as well. Whilst you're at it, let's have a look at this. This remains a special place in my heart. This is Ultrasound, the mind-reading baby. If that's not enough to get you going, then I don't know what is. Have you ever seen a mind-reading baby before? No, you haven't. This routine basically means a lot to me. So you have a ultrasound picture of a baby, and this is the first trick I ever did. Okay, so a lot of people, when they start magic, they start at the age of 6 or 7. Not me. I started before I was even born, right? And the midwife selected a card. I looked through the pack. I found the card that was missing, and lo and behold, now magically appearing on the head of the ultrasound photo is the 4 of diamonds that they chose. You then are spectator number 2. You say, you didn't even choose a card, you're just thinking of a card. What's the card you're thinking of? And they say the 3 of clubs. And when they look back down at the pack of cards on the table, they will see that the picture has magically changed to now have the 3 of spades, not the 3 of clubs, the 3 of spades. And it's a really lovely, lovely routine. So a lot of people get asked, when did you start getting into magic? What was the first magic trick you ever learned? And this is a great lead into that. It's a wonderful card trick, and yeah, really means a lot to me, because that is literally the actual ultrasound of my now 14-month-old baby. So I saw him in the womb and I thought, let's make some money out of him, and I'm sure he'll get some cut from it later on, I'm sure. But that is ultrasound. Very, very cheap effects. It's $14.99 for the 2 card reveals there, and yeah, it's just a really, really nice routine to do with a pack of playing cards. Now let's look at the next thing. The next thing is the trick that has probably been my biggest seller, and this is Wando blocks. And I released this with Penguin Magic a few years back. This is an excellent Lego trick. It uses a wand made out of Lego, and you tell people to watch the bottom white block on the wand, and with just a shake, it comes off, it disappears and appears in the other hand. You then do it again, you put it away in your pocket, and then it suddenly appears on the bottom of the wand. And you take them apart, and now the white blocks change places. They appear from one hand onto the other. But then you say to them that what I used to be able to do is throw the white block into the air and stab it in midair onto the bottom of the stack of Lego bricks, right? You try and stab it in midair onto the bottom of the wand. But what happens is it ends up right in the middle of the wand. Absolutely impossible. Everything is examined. It's such a good routine because it uses 2 kind of timeless things. The magic wand, known by every single generation, young and old, and Lego, known by every generation, young and old. So that is an excellent, excellent routine. I really, really recommend you come over and check that out. Once again, I have a few of them left. It's quite weird this year. I don't have much stock left. Sometimes a lot of people buy tons and tons of things for Blackpool. That's what I should have done. but I didn't. So I've only got a few things of everything. But do come along and have a look. The next one is Dig It. Now Dig It, boy oh boy, if you want a magic trick, if you want a playing card effect where they do not see this coming, then that is Dig It. Dig It is a great effect where basically it's a brilliant card reveal. Now, I will say I have a lot of love for those who have taken the time to review this on YouTube, but none of them perform it the way I tell them to on the video. They've all performed weird versions. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, have just made it a trick which it just isn't or shouldn't be, in my opinion. This is a hard-hitting, mind-reading trick with one person, and then you find the other person's card. But accidentally, you should have revealed the 2 of spades when actually you reveal the 3 of spades. And you say to them, okay, well, it's just 1 too many spades. Let me remove a spade. And you pull off from the playing card a little miniature spade. And now that 3 of spades has turned into the 2 of spades, right? But not only that, when you show them the spade itself, you see that it's got, this kind of sand on. But when you give it a shake, the first person's card, the 7 of diamonds, actually appears on the spade itself. This one has been used quite a bit, actually. This was one of the first prototypes. The other ones are a lot clearer in their reveal of the 7 of diamonds. But this is 3D printed and is just one solid piece of plastic, so it's not going to break on you. There's no joins or anything like that. And the method behind this is ultra clean. I'm not just giving you a spade. I'm actually giving you a little holder and all sorts for it. It's really, really workable and very, very clean. Sleeves can be rolled up, cards can be placed on the table, and you just go straight into it. It's a really, really good routine. I love it so much. Next thing is keyring. Now, I do not have many of these, honestly, and I'm being honest, I do not have many of these left. So do come over and grab them or ask to see it if you really want to. This is a key bending effect unlike any other. It is normally when someone bends a key, it goes from here, right, to there, and everyone claims that's a miracle, right? Which I'm sure for the serious mentalist, that they can make that look like it's impressive. But for me, I like to do this. I take the key from here and it's just been handed out and examined, and I come over and all I do is this. And I bend it right around my thumb, causing it to go from a key, trying to get it so that my face doesn't get in the way, into a key ring, right? And that is examined, handed out, and is brilliant. They cannot bend that back. You can do this in many different ways. You can do it as a slow bend like I've just done. You can use the kind of ring thing move and make it swap and bend and all sorts in an instant. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this. Now, Garrett Thomas is on this routine teaching the ring thing effect. And he gave me, his blessing so much that he came on here and taught this. He loves this effect. The other thing is the fact that Greg Wilson performs this every single day. It's on his keychain. He performs it. He's probably performing it right now, knowing Greg. You can't walk down the street without him performing some trick to someone. Very social man, isn't he, Greg Wilson? I admire that. So yeah, he loves it, and he's on there performing his version of it. It's a really, really nice everyday carry effect, and yeah, it's a really lovely take on the key bend. So do check out Keyring. The next thing that I have is Cafe Hero. Now, Cafe Hero, for me, is just a wonderful, wonderful take on the Svengali deck. If you turn every card into the 3 of clubs, that's one thing. That is quite amazing, but that ends there. When you do it with coffee loyalty cards, when you've got a whole stack of coffee loyalty cards and they turn fully stamped, right? They once were unstamped and now they're all fully stamped. Then it now suddenly means that you can get free coffee wherever you want, right? And now people want to be you because you never have to buy stuff ever again in your life. So it means something outside of the realms of the magic trick, which I think is great. It's a brilliant, brilliant routine. This came out with a 1914. I think they're only like £10 from my stand. You cannot get it anywhere cheaper. This is just a great routine to always have in your pocket as well. And yeah, it's just a great take on it. Now, it also uses the kind of the Sven force as well. So you can force any hot drink or any cold drink. I think they're all hot drinks actually. And so, yeah, you can force any kind of type of coffee using this stack of cards as well. So great for a one-ahead routine. If you don't want to perform magic, you've got that as a mentalism routine. It's a really, really lovely effect. And I will have a few of those as well that you can come along and grab. And finally, I think that is finally, Dove Magic. Dove Magic for me is, people have said to me, one person has said to me, if there is any trick that sums you up as a performer, it's Dove Magic. And I think that person is correct. It's one of those routines which it's just, it plays really strong table hopping, close up and on stage. You can perform this in any environment. I wouldn't say you can perform it surrounded just because you're going to do a bottle production, and the way that I teach it on here is better in front of people, but I'm sure there's a way that you can find out how to do it surrounded if you really want to. But it's you could do it inside the jacket. There you go, done. It can be performed surrounded. But what it is basically, you say you're going to produce a dove, and you reach into your hanky. You show a hanky completely empty, hands are empty, sleeves are rolled up. You reach inside into the balled up hanky and produce a dove. Deodorant. Gets a great laugh, especially for us Brits. We love a nice kind of dry sense of humour, don't we? But it uses a Dove deodorant, and this is the new improved version. Before, I did it with a shampoo bottle, and then basically you kind of pretend to sneak it under your arm and it turns into a Shore deodorant bottle. But the label on it originally, I genuinely, and I'm not just saying this as a magic creator in denial, I used that for years and I never had an issue. It was really, really good. It worked well. However, now this is the upgraded version of the gimmick. And yeah, it's a really, really nice change. And the label is lovely. Everything is printed nice and professionally. It's an excellent kind of stand-up piece, and I just start every single show with it, and I just love it so much. So you produce a Dove bottle, you make it disappear, it appears in your pocket, you put it under your arm, and now it's a Shore bottle. Then you end with a big finish, which you then produce a big bottle of Finish Rinse Aid. So I've looked around, I've checked with every single Blackpool dealer, and I am the only one giving you a empty bottle of dishwasher rinse aid. So that is my unique selling point for this year. So there we go. That is everything that I will be selling. I don't think there's anything else. There is one other thing, and this is a trick that I desperately want to release for a magic company. But because it's similar to a routine that they've already got, they don't really want to release it. They want to let the sales of this other one kind of start to dwindle, and then they may consider it. Another company wants it, but I want to honour the first company because they're not comfortable with me selling it elsewhere, and that's absolutely fine. I respect that. And so what I can do is show you a performance of me doing this routine live in person. So if you come up to the stand, I won't be able to explain it. I won't be able to do anything, but what I will do is I will perform it to you and show you it. It uses AirPods, and it's a really, really workable routine, and it is my top everyday carry item. Someone wants to see a trick, I put my AirPods in, and then I do this kind of manipulation thing, and it's really, really strong. So, so if you do want to see something that you can't buy, but you then may be able to say to the magic company, what are you doing? You need to release this. Then you may then be able to buy it eventually. But yeah, so I will show you that kind of sneak peek. If you see me around the convention and you want to see this this AirPod trick, just say to me, show me the AirPod trick, and I'll show you. Now, there is one other thing I want to talk about. This week, I saw that HARLAN had started a GoFundMe. Dan is not in a good place right now. He's really struggling. There's financial problems. There's mental health problems for him as well. He's really struggling. And he has started a GoFundMe page. And I would really, really encourage you to go and donate to that and to help him out. I've made a donation to it. Loads of other people have. And this is something that I kind of wanted to bring up. This year, I have no new releases to share with you. I've got a ball of fluff. And that's kind of it for a new release, right? There's a real pressure on Magic creators to constantly bring out new stuff, right? You're really, really friendly with Magic companies. Magic companies are all over you when you're wanting in the process of releasing a trick. And then after that, then there's not much communication between you and them. And it's nothing personal. It's just that's what business is. You know, they're constantly working on releasing new tricks. And you feel like a star, right, for a while once that trick is being filmed and being released, the prototypes are being made and all this kind of stuff. There's a real buzz. And then it goes out and it feels great for a few weeks, and then it starts to dwindle. And Dan HARLAN said on his GoFundMe page that he was struggling with his significance or lack of significance in the Magic industry. And I just thought, if anyone is struggling with a lack of significance in the Magic industry, it certainly shouldn't be Dan HARLAN. Like he's everywhere, right? He did the whole Tarbell series. He's released so much stuff, and he's had a real influence on me as well. And I just think he was a terrific host of the Penguin Live lectures. He just brought such an energy to it, such a knowledge base, and I have so many fond memories growing up watching him and Scott Alexander do those Penguin Christmas specials. It really, really, that you cannot beat those. Those were just absolutely incredible. And yeah, I basically want everyone to go and support Dan. And if this video gets sent to Dan, that would be amazing. I would appreciate that, and I'm sure he would appreciate it, because Dan, you are an absolute legend, and I do hope that you find the help from your peers and the community of us magicians, both financially and emotionally as well. I really hope that that is something that you experience in a good, beneficial way. So thank you for everything that you've brought to Magic. I want to say that. And for those other Magic creators where you are struggling with coming up with new ideas, and you know, you maybe turn up to Blackpool and you feel like, oh, I haven't really got anything new to bring. Don't worry about it. I'm sure it's fine. Like, I feel that kind of that weight and responsibility to constantly bring out new stuff. But it's okay. Ultimately, it's just little magic tricks. You know, it's just fun. And I think it's okay to not have anything released for a year. I think that's all right. And so, yeah, I felt like I wanted to say that. I really want you to go and support Dan. Now, the other thing I really, really want to pitch right now is a discount that I will be giving on all of this stuff, right? You've watched this video to the end, and I appreciate that very much. I am going to be offering a discount to over a certain amount that you have to purchase, okay, but not much, maybe 30, 40 pounds at the most. There will be a discount code, and I will be sending this only to people on my email list, all right? Now, I will put a link in the description down below and in the comments to my website. If you go on my website, there is then a kind of an email subscription. You know, you can sign up to my emails. And over the course of next week, I will be giving you a Blackpool Survivors Guide, all right? Now, everyone has been releasing survival guides to Blackpool, but I'm actually going to be releasing a kind of a way of having the worst time at Blackpool, all right? I'll just be, for a few days, just giving you tips and tricks for you to really have a miserable time. A way of doing Blackpool wrong, all right? So if it's your first time at Blackpool and you want to have a miserable time, I will be sending that out over email. It's the kind of service I provide. However, if you want to have a good time, do the opposite of what I'm telling you. However, then running up, I think it's probably going to be the Thursday night. So next Thursday, okay, the Thursday before Blackpool, I will be sending you a discount code which you can use when you come to my stand, okay? It will be a phrase that you have to say, and if you say that phrase, you immediately get a discount off all of our products here. at iainbaileymagic.com. So yeah, I just want to say that please subscribe to the emails, subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. I really hope that you enjoy the content. I do have a lot planned after Blackpool. I'm going to be doing regular slots. I've got things called the Trick Clinic, which is where I'm going to be taking a trick maybe from years ago, and I'll be bringing a fresh take on maybe changing the prop and making it new. And I've already got really quite a nice nostalgic trick for me that I have that I want to share with you. And I've been hunting around for this prop of how to make this back into the working repertoire. There's a lot of stuff that I have planned. And so yeah, I really hope that you have enjoyed the video. Come and say hello to me. I'll be in the Horseshoe. The Horseshoe is a brilliant place at Blackpool. There is natural daylight and it's a wider corridor, right? You're not crammed in. There's no one who's going to be bumping into your back as you walk past, as they walk past, as you're trying to watch a trick. It's a really good place. So you can find me in the Horseshoe at Blackpool. And yeah, I really, really want to see you come up to the stand. Tell me that you subscribe to the YouTube channel because it means the world to me. And yeah, remember that discount code. And until then, my friends, I will see you very, very soon.